Juneteenth is big in the Moore family. And with all their Texas heritage and them knowing just how far, or they say from whence we've come, it's a big deal. It is bigger than a family reunion. It is almost greater than our Christmas celebrations or even our Thanksgiving gatherings. When people come together, they really take the time to make sure that food, fun, and family is in order for the 3-day celebration that we have in Ferris, Texas, which is in Ellis County, about 20 miles south of Dallas, Texas. My granddaddy Cleveland Moore is a farmer. He's an agricultural farmer because he grew cotton, he grew sesame, and he grew peanuts. And each year of his 80 acres, probably starting about 1930, he would give 3 to 4 acres of his land for the annual Juneteenth celebration. Now, we would always drive down for the celebration, but the year that I was there to watch all of this come to fruition was the best Juneteenth I ever had. So let's share. First off, Granddaddy Cleveland would make sure that the land was prepared for the stage to be built. Across the street was the Walnut Springs Baptist Church. It was just a stone's throw across the road. But on the other side of the road was the cemetery and my grandfather's beginning of his land. So what they would do 3 to 4 days before the celebration, they would start leveling and firming the ground down because they were able to host some carnival attractions, some games, and a few rides. That was a big deal. Oh, it was like bigger than the fair. Then they would build this big stage, and all the ladies would come and they would decorate everything, and the colors were red, white, and blue. So they would build this big stage, and then they would build a real big pit, and they would take barbed wire and chain link fence and put it down over like grids over this hole, and then they would commence to barbecuing. Oh my goodness, there was pigs, half of hogs, even some venison, baby deer they would grill. But all of this meat was good because they knew how to smoke. All of those trustees and the men folk of the church, they knew just what they were doing. But there were so many other things to do. On Friday, they would start the celebration, and it was more like a prayer service, and they would get together and sing lots of hymns, and they would tell stories that had been passed down from generation to generation about who and how they experienced when they finally got the news that they were free or going to be free. Once that Friday night is over, Saturday early morning, they would be on stage around 10 o'clock. People from other counties around Ellis County would come. And the first thing they would do was the pastor of the church would read the Emancipation Proclamation to its entirety. Not one carnival ride would start until the Emancipation Proclamation was recited. And then what they would do from there, my grandfather Cleveland, he would recite a poem written by a man by the name of James Weldon Johnson, and he and his brother Rosamond Johnson made a song which is now known as the Negro National Anthem, and it's called Lift Every Voice and Sing. And so my grandfather, after the Emancipation Proclamation, would read Lift Every Voice and Sing. And it goes just like this. Lift every voice and sing. Tell earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let a rejoicing rise high as the glistening skies. Let us resound loud as the rolling seas. Sing a song full of faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on until victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with our steady beat, with our weary feet, come to the place which our fathers sighed. We have come a way that which tears have been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered, out of the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where white gleams and our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears. Though who has brought us thus this far, though who has by might led us into the light, keep us forever as we pray on our path. Let our feet stray in the places, our God, where we will meet thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy stand, may we forever stand, true to our God and true to our native land. Once that poem is read, then we turn out. There is so many things to do from that point. It is important that we pay respect to that heritage. And then the rides start going, the games are going, there's dunk tanks, there's basketball tournaments, there is culinary art contests. My grandmother always being the best pound cake. It's a mile high and it probably has 3 pounds of butter. They have watermelon spitting contests. Can you believe it? Watermelon eating contest. We even churned ice cream with old-fashioned Craig churns. And despite all of this going on, we played jacks, we did double dutch, and the choirs were singing, and some of the sororities and fraternities would do their dance and calls on stage. We would sing gospel by the morning, spirituals in the noon, and then in the afternoon, children's double dutch teams, children's choirs would sing, children would recite poems, but then by 7 o'clock at night, oh, everything gets real busy, because even though we have eaten all day, roasted corn, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, pulled pork, pork ribs, brisket, of course, there were contests. Who could make the best brisket? Who had the best spare ribs? Because on Sunday, after we would party all night long on Saturday to the blues and jazz and other soul music, people would go away and come back Sunday. And we would have us an old-fashioned, seeming like a tent revival of praise and worship, similar to what we do when we pray in and bring in the new year. And I want you to know that these 3 fantastic days in which we pay tribute to those who risked their lives and made it through that venomous snake of slavery, opened up the new avenues for us to know that we are the strong that survived, and we must press forward and always remember to pull others along, pay tribute to our history, and make new history with our family, fun, and of course, food.